talk on questions under kikachi no sales challenge. It's quite a big challenge. Kowa facing one among we should have seen it coming. We should have seen it coming 2 years ago. Like when I was talking to my mentor, I told her that this was what I was doing. She said, Uma, change your services, because as Nigeria is the way Nigeria is coming, there is crisis. So this was 2-3 years ago. So sai yasa yake da kyau ko yaushe ake forecasting, like let us calculate, let us do calculations. Ko yanzu yawanci za ku ga, I don't really know the product that you are selling, but yawanci you still see people putting atampa, laces, jacquard. We have to think more. Nigeria is changing. Abubuwan da ke tafiya 5 years ago, they might not be going the same thing as now. Ko ba haka nan ba, wallahi ko jiya nake ta tunani nace lokacin Jonathan fa jiyan da muke zuwa a zo a siye jaka, a siye takalma, a siye mutum ɗaya zaka ga yayi 300,000-400,000. Now it is not possible. So we have to change as times are changing. I've been telling us, let us do services. Let us do more of services. But I don't know. You still see people selling cooler, selling bed sheets, selling. Don't. I am still selling what I'm selling. I'm still selling wrappers. I'm still selling laces. But my energy is not there. I am just doing it because I've been doing it before, and I don't want to abandon any of my businesses. So let's diversify. No market and all these things, and let's calculate. If you are selling atampa, how much profit is atampa? Let's say 500 naira or 1,000. For you to get 1 million, you need to sell like 1,000. You need to sell almost 100,000 or so. So when will you, let us calculate, when will we ever make profits? When will we ever make that kind of money that we want? So think of what you want in your life. What do you want? What you want, you calculate it by what exactly. Like I always used to give example. I love natural drinks. I have a lot of juicers. I have a lot of, up to now I've not been able to do my juicing how I want, because I've seen that juicing might not take me where I want. There are other high impact work that I can do that will give me those things that I want. For example, you see here, these are my strategic plans. So number 1 leads to number 2, number 2 leads to number 3, number 3 leads to number 4. Number 4 leads to number 5. And you see at the end, what do I want? I want to have more readings, more travels, more finance, more family time, and more worship time. So what are your own strategic plans? With this, it will help you to focus on the things that matters. You will not be distracted. Like anything that your brain will automatically filter anything that does not comply to your strategic plans, because you know where you want in your life. So these are the things. And this result will also lead me to the first one. Because the more I have reading time, the more I have travel time, the more I will be able to do the yellow panel. That is it whatsoever is there? Is it more income? Is it more travel? Because with more travels, you can have more businesses and you can have more finance. Isn't it? You can have more education depending on what you want in your life. So it's good to do strategic plan for your own self. So we shouldn't lie to ourselves. We know what will lead to the other, and there should be synchronicity in all these things. We all have our personal definition of success and what we want in life. So we should do our strategy and everything. You should have your personal strategy of what will lead to other. This will help us in cutting off what is not necessary, and it will help us in maximizing our time. So to answer your question, you talked about low sales. Yes, is our products markets hungry? Because there are some products that are not hungry. If you have to, if you are selling necessary things, people will be looking for you. But if you are selling things that are not really necessary, you have to spend more on marketing to convince people to buy from you. So you can see you have to market. Even if it's necessary, you still have to have markets. You can see up till now Dangote and Coca-Cola, they are still marketing. You have to have that marketing budgets. I know it's a lot of things. There's marketing, there's also branding. How is your personal branding? Because many people will buy not because of the product, but because of the person selling the products. You all know that there are some people that you will like Elon Musk, his page has more people than the page of what he is selling. So as times goes on, you will build your brand, and many people will like to buy from you because of your personality and maybe what you are doing, personality, you understand. So a lot of people buy person. You have to learn to sell your brand. You have to learn to sell your brand. Then you also have to concentrate on the high impact service or products. High impact product, because there are some things, for example, like now if you are selling small caps that is 200 naira, and you have the ability to sell one of your service that will make a lot of money for you. Maybe if you sell one of that service, you can get a profit of 300,000, for example, if you are cooking. You understand, while you are selling cup of 200 naira. So instead of you to be selling that cup of 200 naira, you can put more of your energy in selling the service that you get 300, 400,000 at a blow. So you have to understand high impact things. Even in your small business, that is the Pareto rule, 80-20. Most of the your customers, you have that 20% that give you more of the money. So you have to concentrate on those 20%. You have your staff, you have those 20 people that do the key role. So you have to concentrate on the 20 people that give you also your products, your energy. Also, there is that 20% that gives you more of the work. So you have to concentrate on these things. You have to write all these things down. You have to write it so that you will always remember. We also want easy things. Life is not easy. Even the Prophet ﷺ and all the prophets did not have it really easy. So we don't expect life to be as easy as we want. Also, in northern Nigeria, we always like products, retail. I know it is easy, but it cannot always serve us as we want. Things are changing. We have to look into what have been our coping strategies from our forefathers. What have been, a lot of people have been into livestock. They have been into agriculture. We shouldn't just turn and be sedentary like that. Nobody is holding our hands. If you look at the 90% of livestock in 90% of livestock in Nigeria is coming from northern Nigeria. What is our contribution there? Nobody is holding and restraining us that it's only Fulani that can do cattle rearing and so on. So we all have to look into these opportunities that we've had. We've always had this opportunity. Allah have given us more than enough. So we all have most of these things. We have most of these things. There's internet. You can always market your brand. It's not as hard as before that you have to travel. So Allah have given us most of the things that we want. It's just for us to strategically think and put them in place. Let me conclude with my favorite verse. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We have given you abundance. We have given you abundance. So what do we want again? You understand? It's just for us to be thanking God, because it is said that Allah has given us abundance. What do we want? We are literally, if you count what you have, it's just for you to put 1 + 1 + 2 and get what you want. Allah have given us a lot of things. If you see the natural resources that are in northern Nigeria, if you see the natural resources that are in Nigeria, nobody will be crying of poverty. But we need to talk to ourselves and tell ourselves the truth so that we can use what we have. Thank you. I hope you have learned something new.